Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be my 9-week pregnancy update, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I don't know if I'm going to do this weekly or if I'm going to just do like a couple weeks at a time. I haven't decided yet, but I'll tell you what I've been experiencing. So I've been experiencing the point where I'm hungry, but I don't know what I want to eat, but I feel sick at the same time. And I swear to you, that is like the worst feeling of like being hungry but not knowing what you want. Like, I have issues with that before being pregnant. I had issues with being hungry and not knowing what I want to eat alone, but now when it's just like I have to eat for another being now, plus I feel sick at the same time, just makes the situation so worse. It makes the situation worse, and like it puts me in a bad mood, and I know that I have been experiencing that a lot, and I don't know what it is. I still get winded when talking a lot. I have to like stop to pause and catch my breath. Like, it sounds like I'm just like so old, but I get winded when talking. I'm still like tired, but not as I was tired before. Like a couple weeks ago, like I was tired like at 7 o'clock. Like I was like asleep or like on my way to sleep. But now I've been finding that I've been going to sleep a little later, like back to like before being pregnant, like around 9 or 10 or something like that. I did have 2 appointments. I had, and this is like totally different from like me being pregnant with Jalen. Like, even though it's like a 7-year span, things have changed so drastically. I had an appointment the first week of December, or maybe it's the last week of November, and that was basically what they call like a counseling appointment, where you basically go to the maternity place that you want to, and you talk to a nurse for like an hour, and she goes over paperwork, and it goes over like how it works, how it works at that like office. She did say that I would be seeing all of the doctors there at least once, so therefore when I go into labor, it wouldn't be like an unfamiliar face, which is not what happened with Jalen. When I had Jalen, I had a completely different doctor. Like, who I saw, it was a male, but he was a male, and I don't even remember his name, was not the person like that was in labor with me. Like, it was a totally different doctor. I didn't know who the doctor was, and I didn't know all the helpers around him either. And there was a lot of them. But she said at that office you'll see like at least one. She also gave me a test, like a genetic test of a finger prick, of like a test that you can take to see if you have like any genetic markers for like Down syndrome and stuff like that. She also told me about the other tests that I'll take, like the where they check, we drink that like nasty tasting soda, and they check for like gestational diabetes and stuff like that. She said that I'll have to take that test. There's also an option for another test. I forget what kind of test it was, but I do have a appointment. They just made it. They just called me, fetal medicine, to go take the ultrasound to check for, see if the baby is measuring correctly, and check check for genetic like Down syndrome and stuff like that. So it's like a lot of testing now. And then that was the first doctor's appointment. I just so happened to have Jalen with me, but he did not know. I told the nurse, I whispered to the nurse, and I was like, he doesn't know. So she tried so hard not to say baby and said like something else. Instead of saying pregnancy, she said gestation. So he was like halfway occupied, because he was playing on my phone and he did not catch on, which I'm so glad, because at this point, till this day right now, I'm filming this December 9th. Still no one knows. Nobody still knows. And that's just how I'm going to keep it until I'm ready to tell. So then my second appointment, my first appointment with the actual midwife was just this past Wednesday. And we went, and it was my first appointment with the doctor. She did do an ultrasound to make sure they were in there, and I have it right here. There's two of them, but yeah, that is it right there, the baby. And there's a couple of them. We listened to the heartbeat. Heartbeat is extremely strong. It's a very strong heartbeat. And she did the ultrasound. And then what else? Oh, I had a different test. This test was like a spit test, where they basically they got like a sample of my spit, and they're gonna send it out to some lab to check for, I don't know. I may be getting these tests confused because there's so many, but I know the appointment that I just made on Friday for January 3rd is for ultrasound, another ultrasound at a different location. And then I took a spit test there, where they basically said that I couldn't eat or I couldn't drink anything for at least 30 minutes before I took the test. So I gave them a spit sample, and this one was for to check for any abnormalities there as well. So, and here I go get winded again. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I don't really have like a belly still. I don't know if it's just because I have to go to the bathroom right now or what, but I'll show you it. You can see still pretty flat for the most part. This is like what I look like after I eat something anyway, so no one could tell. No one can tell, and they probably won't be able to either. I mean, no one knew I was pregnant with Jalen up until I was like 5 months, because that's when I started the show, and it was obvious at that point. So I feel like this will be the same thing. She also checked to see if it was more than one, and it's not. It's just one in there. We listened to his heartbeat. It was moving around. Like it was moving around and everything. Like it just felt, it was like, that was the first time that I've like saw a ultrasound in like a long time. The last ultrasound that I saw was Jalen. Jalen is 7 years old right now. So it's been a while since I saw one, and it was just like so crazy and so surreal to me. And it was just like not bopping, but it was like moving around and stuff, and I was just like in shock, like wow. And I'm still like pretty nervous about the situation, because it's been me and Jalen for so long, and now there will be another one. So there's a lot of anxiety with that, because it's such a big change. It's a huge change because it's just been me and Jalen, and we've gotten our routine together, and it's just gonna be a big change. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous, and I am very anxious about how everything is gonna work out. So yeah, Jalen still doesn't know. I actually got the Mama Naturals book from the library just to see like what it's all about. I'm very like on a natural kick and an organic kick as well. So I just want to like read as much material as I can, since now that I am aware, especially since I've gone through like the whole autism thing with Jalen, and we made it out on the other side, and Jalen is like hardly affected by it now, but there's always that fear of like the next child having it as well. So sometimes that's the case, and sometimes it's not. It's just kind of I don't know, because I've heard of people who have kids who have been affected, and their next kid had it, and the kid after that had it, and the kid after that had it too. So literally all their kids have been affected. And then there's one where one of their kids have it and not any of their others. So I don't know what it is, and that was like one of the fears that I had, because I used to go back and forth a lot about, do I want another child? Do I want another child? And I guess I always wanted to, but it was always that fear of like going through this again. Like, it's like I don't want to go through it again. It was a situation with Jalen, and yeah, we got through it, but I just don't want to put myself in that situation to go through it again. And always that fear of like how you gonna deal with 2 kids. And I don't know, I'm just like very fearful. So I'm gonna wrap this video up, and this is my 9-week update. Every Saturday is a new week for me. Oh yeah, and that's another thing that we talked about at the appointment. She said that my due date would be July 14th, which is Jalen's birthday is May 14th. So if this baby is like Jalen and comes on its due date like Jalen came on his due date, that would be like kind of cool for like both of my kids to have 14th, like their birthdays are 14th. And the fact that it's in July, like Jalen's birthday is in May, my birthday is in June, and then this baby will be in July, and then the baby's father will be, his birthday's in August. So it's like all of us kind of like back to back. And then Jalen's father, Brandon, his birthday is in April. So it'd be like April, May, June, July, August. So let me wrap this up before I get winded again. And I'll just see you in my next video. Okay guys, bye.